you know, it was, I've been lied on, and you know, as far as forgiving that person, I didn't want to, you know, and it definitely upset me, and I didn't want to talk to that person no more. But that was when I was younger. But it ain't never been that hurt to it hurt me to my core because I ain't care for her like that.
You don't have to say what happened unless you feel led to say what happened. You don't have to, but you don't have to, you don't have to say what happened unless you want to. But Tashabas, you've been there.
Yes. Yeah, I've been in the situations where I've been hurted really bad, but God took me through it. But if I would have stayed in self and then continued stayed with God, I probably would still have that hurt and hate within me. But He delivered me from it. So now when I even look at the person or the people, I just smile and then I say, thank you, Jesus. But uh, it's hurt really bad. Like you say, it's hurt to the core. It's hurt like arthritis in your bone.
And I got arthritis. I know how that feels.
Yeah, and it's hurt really bad. So, you know, God is the only one can take you through it, and He took me through. But you don't never really forget it. You always will remember because you're a human being, and you will remember. But you don't just carry that hate and hurt within you. That hate and hurt turn to a thank you Jesus, or a smile, and it makes you talk more to Him when you alone, or when you walking, or when you out by yourself. You talk more to God. You even talk to Him about that situation,
That's right.
and you thank Him.
That's right. Listen to because you say you never been there. You listen to how you gonna get over it when you do get there, because you gonna get there. You gonna get there one day. It's gonna happen. It's gonna come.
I hope not.
Okay, it's gonna come. You don't have to explain, but did you get over that situation?
Not completely.
Okay, we gonna help you get over that situation tonight. Want to talk a little bit? You been there? You say you've been there.
Yeah, but I learned at an early age, I don't know, I should not and will not allow people to have that level of authority over me. So I've had people do me wrong, I mean, dirt wrong, ruin credit type wrong, where you really want to go and put your hands on. But God, you handle it, and I keep moving. Did it hurt? Did it sting? Yeah, but did I focus on it? No. I'm not going to allow anybody to take me to a place where it's woe is me. Now I'm depressed. I got to go to the doctor to get a prescription pill. I refuse to do that. You will not have that leverage over me. If I'm a child of God, I'm giving it to God the best I can. There are days where I sit back and be like, God, you're going to go ahead and handle this right here, and we'll be done, and we'll be good. And then as soon as I have that thought, it's gone just that quick. Because I realize it's bigger than me. And a lot of times it has nothing to do with me. It happened to me, but if it makes sense, it happened to me, but it has nothing to do with me. So, God, you take care of that.
I've known people that's been in situation where they let stuff hurt them to the core. It either send them to prison or send them to their grave. But tonight, like Sister Shiva said, she's been there, but she learned with the help of God how to get over. I've been more than one time, more than twice. And sometimes a lot of hurt came in my life from people that we look up to. People we trust. Maybe it's somebody that you trusted. Maybe it's somebody that Sister Shivers trusted. And sometimes I realize, this is Denise talking, that I told a lady on the job, maybe yes or the day before, I said that if somebody else had said something, it would not have bothered me as bad, or would not have bothered me at all if you have said that, because I hold you up to a different standard. So sometimes it just depends on who did it or who said, and it hurts differently. But I've been in some situations where people hurt me so bad. Yes, I was saved, but yes, I'm human also. Where I felt like this thing, Brother Leroy, expiring Deacon Leroy, what else they call you, Deacon Leroy? They call you Deacon? I forget what they call you. Call Deacon or Joe? What else they call you? How they call that Deacon?
I ain't never been called.
Well,
Joe.
something Deacon Leroy? Brother Leroy?
Brother Leroy, that's it.
Expiring Deacon Leroy? Junior Deacon Leroy? When it felt like Sister Shiva says, it felt like arthritis. And if you ever get that thing, it hurts so bad. But, you know what Pastor say when you say but?
It negates everything that you said.
It cancels out everything else. But because of God and His Word, not saying that you don't know the Word, but because it was hid, and that's what we have to do tonight. Hid it in our heart. Hide it in our hearts. Study it. But because I knew the Word, and I knew it then too, but still it hurt. Because what? I was human. But I felt like the hurt was, oh my God. Sister Shivers. Me. Why me? Why did they do this to me? I can't believe she did this. I don't believe this. It hurt. But because of Jesus, because of Him, and the Word, and prayer, and fasting, and sometimes we have to turn the plate down and get on the knees sometimes and call out to Him. And I know you did all of that, Sister Shivers. And still when we do all of that, you're right. You ain't forget it. You didn't forget what they did. But guess what? You don't let it what? Bother you. It don't control you. It don't control me anymore. Where is it now? In God's hand. I am not God. God, I am forgiving this person. I am letting this situation go. And I am putting it in your, I see and I know what this person did. Or what I think they did or did to me. I'm letting this go. God, you handle this. Of course, there are going to be some sleepless nights. Why? You know, I had a situation one time. And I went to the doctor. And I tell the doctor, I say, I'm not sleeping at nights. She say, why? I say, I'm thinking about it. Well, that's why you can't sleep, because you're thinking about it. But I tell you what to do. You lock your mind up in the closet at night and go to sleep. And that's what we have to do. Lock these things up. Lock the situation up. Give it to God. Cast our cares on him. Yeah, what Sister Shiva say? What'd she say? What's the rest of that, Sister Tierra? Cast our cares on him. Because why? Why are you going to cast your cares on Jesus?
He cares for us.
He cares for you. He cares for you. If you lock it up in the closet, what's going to happen? When you lock these stuff up, you're going to sleep. The doctor say you're going to sleep. I told you the situation before. This doctor had put me, they told me I needed to see a psychologist or whoever. And they gave me some pills, and every time I go to the lady, this lady was telling me all of her problems. And I said, this lady don't need to be laying on the couch.
No.
I couldn't get a thing in. But she was telling everything. I say, why am I going to this lady? She the one talking everything. I can't get nothing in. Nothing. And I'll never forget, I was working, it's my first I started for BSO. And I was at the airport, I was standing at the airport door. And this old lady, she came up there. She said, baby, Sister Shiva, never saw this lady a day in my life. She said, baby, don't you take another one of them pills, because you don't need it. All you need is Jesus. That's all we need.
Yeah, that's it.
Forgiveness is Jesus. So tonight I'm telling you, to get over forgiveness, cast your cares on him, because he cares for you. Lock up the situation. Throw away the key. He cares for you. Get on your knees. Tell him about it. How that song go? Because y'all always say that. I come up with these songs.
Tell him all about your trouble.
Tell him all about your trouble. Have a little talk with Jesus. That's how it goes. Tell him all about your trouble. You ever heard that song? Have a little talk with him. He hears you. You might think he don't, but have a little talk with him. Tell him all about your trouble. He's just waiting with open arms. He's been waiting. How long you had this unforgiveness? How much years? I know it's been some years. How much years? How many years? Huh? A lot. A lot of years Jesus been waiting. All he been there waiting now. He said, baby, when you gonna come to me? You probably done went to Jean, probably to Doe, and all of them. And Jesus is right there. He's saying, baby, when you coming to me with this? You done tried all of these people. All of these, like the labor issue, been to all of these physicians. Spent all she had, all this money, and all she had to do was just what? Touch the hem of his garment, and she was healed. You done tried all of these people and went to them. All you did is not, she's waiting for you to just what? Talk to him. Take it to him. And sometimes some things is just like that. Even though sometimes some things it's a while, but he's waiting on you. But unforgiveness, that's a sin. That wears you down. It makes you look so old. Why does it make you look old? Do you know why it makes you look old? Leroy, tell her why. Why would it make you look old?
Because you put so much time and energy into not forgiving, to the time that you could have spent in getting over it takes away from it.
it also, it stresses you out. Stress put age on you. Age. I mean, I don't want to gloat, Sister Shivers, but I mean, don't I look good for 50? Look at Sister Shivers. You're supposed to say yes. You're supposed to say yes. Sister Shivers, I'm gonna have to have you and my husband go to the doctor and have your air check out. You and my husband. All of us are in need of forgiveness. All of us are in need of forgiveness. All of us. All of us. All of us.
And you know, those two things really age you. Illness and reparation. They age you so fast. It's unbelievable. Because when you get an illness, you know, some illness is just come on you. Some illness we bring on us, some illness is a come on you because it's run through. But illness and reparation, you walk around and you worry about stuff you shouldn't even worry, just unforgiveness stuff. Well, I'm waiting on them to come to me. Look at them. You be worrying so much you're trying to see almost every move that they make. You're looking, you're driving, you're wondering, you're hoping, you're thinking. All of this is just a reparation when you could just take it to God. Let Him take care. Anytime when you start worrying about, Lord, you know me. Take this away from me. You have to talk to Him like I talk to you.
Yes,
like
right.
I talk to y'all, like you're talking to somebody. You got to talk to God the same way. And when you do talk to Him, He answers you. That's what He's there for. Because He cares for us.
That's right. That's right. And it's true. Matthew 6, verse 14 and 15. Yeah, oh, yeah.
14.
At 14 and 15. Matthew 6, 14, 15.
For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins.
That was, I mean, man, that was like with power. You just read that with power. Like, you should hear it. Just do it again for me. One more time. Just like that. One more time.
For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins.
So, Tiara, you hear that? Maybe you should read that. Read that. Read that.
But if you do not forgive men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses.
So you hear that? So you mean all this time you ain't been forgiving somebody? You see what that say? You better ask for some forgiveness. You see what that say? Just read it one more time. Let it sink in. Just one more time.
But if you do not,
No. Wait a minute. Just say, if I. You. Let's just say you. Move it you. Don't say you if I.
read it and just say, I.
Yeah, don't say you. Say I.
For if I forgive men their trespasses.
So my,
For if I.
I forgive.
Oh, okay. It didn't sound right.
Because you're talking about you.
Forgive me. But if I do not forgive men their trespasses, neither will my Father forgive my trespasses.
You hear that sound? Okay, all right. This is a difficult verse to process. God stands ready and willing to forgive Tierra, but asks that we extend the same forgiveness to others first. If we have resentment and bitterness in our hearts, it's time to forgive it over. It was time to give it over to God. Let Him heal us and give us the ability to forgive. Our eternity is depending on it. You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? Now let's say, you ain't gonna know. I ain't been to heaven yet. I plan on going there. Now let's say, you ain't gonna know. I don't know, I ain't gonna know you, or but if I do, I wanna see y'all up there. So, if you don't get this one right, it's our eternity is dependent on it. He ain't gonna forgive you. And if I read this one here, I was gonna skip this one. All of us are in need of forgiveness. Why would I even skip this? Let's go ahead and read this. Romans 3:23. Let's read this. 3.
For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God.
From a spiritual perspective, we were all born with sin problems, eternity, and separated from God. We'll be lost forever without Him. But we don't have to be lost, right? So, I want to see all of us walk in the streets of gold. Now I say, I don't know if I'm going to recognize or know, because I ain't been up there. You understand? But we planning on going there, right? We planning on going there, right? Yeah. But I want to see family and loved ones, So we got to get it right. Sometimes, we think that it's the biggest things that keep us from getting in. But sometimes it's the smallest thing. Sometimes we choose and we pick, but we fail to realize that what? Sin is what? Anybody know what I'm gonna say? Sin is what? Take a guess. Huh?
Sin is sin.
Hey, that's it. Sin is sin. Ain't got no color. Ain't got no bigness, no smallness. It's sin. So if Leroy go there and rob that bank, and I go there and I do something, I don't forgive her. Sin is sin. If I tell a white lie and he tell a black lie, it's still sin. Now I might kind of get away with it if it's a white lie, because they say that the white people, I'm getting like Pastor, ain't I? But I might kind of get away with it. But we fail to realize that all is still the same. We forget that. And that's what we keep forgetting. When we look at this one, and we keep forgetting, take that beam out of yours. It's still the same. Lack of forgiveness breaks our relationship and our fellowship with God. Matthew 23 and 24.
Twenty-three.
23 to 24.
Therefore, if you are often, you'll give. My read different.
That's okay.
Therefore, if you often, you'll give at the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you. 24.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Leave your gift there in front of the altar. First go and be reconciled to your brother. Then come offer your gift.
You know, I grew up in Pentecostal, but at nighttime, I go with my mom to Pentecostal church when I grew up in the Bahamas. And on Sunday mornings, before my mom went to work, she would drop us to her sister's house. And her sister's husband, my uncle, he was a priest. So we would go to church with them. They were priests. Before communion, before we did our offering and for communion, they did that. We read the scripture, and they did it. If you had an ought against your brother, they didn't let you take no communion. They didn't let you bring up no offering or anything. You have to go make it right with that person. You have to get that right first before you come up to this altar and do anything. They would make that announcement from church. They will sing that little song and read the scripture. If you have an ought against your brother, find your brother, and you make it right before you. And that was every Sunday. Now, whether people did that, and sometimes I would see people going and hug people. I would see that. Maybe leave a part of them, but anyway, I would see people going, do a little hug or whatever. Now, whether everybody did that or not, I don't know. But that was their own individual confession. But it says, if you had an ought against anybody.
And if the brother's not there, or whoever it is, what do? They don't give nothing. They don't go up and give anything.
Child, I know. I don't know. I guess it was just a tradition. You know, sometimes people have traditions and stuff. I guess it was just a part of the service. You know, I just was there. I just was there. I mean, we on live stream. I just couldn't tell you really why I was, you know, because we on live stream. Can tell you half the stuff I did when I was there, and I was, you know. But yeah. But that's what they did. But this is what the scriptures say, if you had an ought. The Bible is very clear that harboring bitterness in our hearts is a sin. I just look around. I was just, you know, looking around. It's a sin. And if you aren't actively seeking to kill it, it will break our relationship with God. We won't experience anything God has to offer us. You ever wonder why sometimes you're trying to praise and get into worship or and you just wonder why I just can't get a breakthrough. You ever try to and you just can't get a breakthrough? You just can't. You ever wonder why sometimes? Y'all ever been that way? Oh, I just can't get a breakthrough. Why can't I just get a breakthrough? Y'all ever wonder why sometimes? That never happened to y'all? You just can't get a breakthrough sometimes?
That's because the wandering mind, the mind don't be completely calm. You know, to try to get that breakthrough, it's like over there.
Probably somewhere over there, probably on, man, that person that hurt me, so they're thinking about, yeah, you just thinking about so much other stuff that you can't, that's what you can't get your breakthrough. We had asked a question earlier that if you ever been hurt so bad that you just felt like, I just can't forgive this person. It just hurt so bad, it felt like it just hurt to the core. I just feel like I just can't get over it. I just can't forgive this person. Have you ever felt that way? Ever when we say you don't have to explain unless you want to, but have you ever felt that way? And did you ever get over it, and how did you get over it?
I did, and it was one of those hurt that if you even brought the name up, it bothered you so bad. And I always remember Pastor always said, you pray for the ones that hate you regardless. And that every day I did that prayer. I asked the Lord to take away the bitterness and the hurt, and allow me to focus on the good and forgive the person. I did. And when I did that, we the best of friends as of today. Because I had to ask the Lord to work with me, because it was, when I say I was hurt, I was hurt. And I prayed and prayed and I prayed, and I called that individual name, first and last name, every day in my prayer. And I asked the Lord to help me to forgive them.
You see how God did that?
Yeah.
Tearing the hurt into, now they're the best of friends now. Sometimes, there was one time, oh yeah, I remember this, yeah. I ain't gonna call nobody name, but there was a certain person, and man, this person had irked me so bad. I won't say that I hate the person. I didn't hate the person, but I disliked the person's spirit. I just hate to hear the person talk, much less laugh. I just I was like, oh my God, yeah, but it just seems like God just dropped this person. This person's probably laughing right now. It just seems like God just dropped this person plumb right in my lap. And I said, God, you really, that's probably what you said, God, you really got a good sense of humor. Because you would never think that after all you done been through with this person that you'll end up being such good friends. You wouldn't have thought that. And sometimes that's what happened. And then sometimes some things, it's not really what we even think that it is. You think that a person, that's even to, something happened to work, and I really thought this lady had said something real derogatory to me. And I was really mad at this lady for about almost 2 weeks. And we used to talk real good. And come and see a pleasant good morning. I mean, we used to smile and hug and everything. And I thought she had really said something.
You thought she said something?
Yeah.
Or did you know she said something?
Well, I thought when she said something, I thought she was referring to me. I didn't hear anything from somebody else. But I thought she was referring to me. Because I had came in at the same time, but came in at the tail end.
So you didn't ask her, so you just wanted
I
to
didn't
know?
ask her.
Okay.
At that time, I really wasn't trying to hear nothing, anything. Anyway, because I came at the tail end, I thought she was referring to me. And that time I was going through my dad and everything, I really didn't want to hear it, because I figured if I said something, it would have been out the wrong way. So I said, I'm going to leave this alone. So I left it alone. So anyway, I waited. So the Spirit said, talk to her. Been going over 2 weeks. I talked to the lady. I said, I need to speak to you. And she said, you want to speak to me? I said, yes. She said, I said, you called me? She said, me? She said, Miss Lee. She said, me? She said, I would never say that to you. She said, you and this lady here, she said, I would never say that type of stuff to you. She said, never. And I explained to her. She said, oh no. She said, I wasn't talking to you. She said, was it somebody else? She said, I know exactly what you're talking about. She said that, and listen, and she went up and she hugged me. She said, why didn't you say something before? She said, why did you leave it so long? But see, sometimes this is what happened.
That's what Satan does.
We catch stuff and we catch it the wrong way. And it's really not how it goes. And now we're mad with a person. We don't forgive them. And we let stuff fester. And what it does, it eats us. And it eats at us. And it eats at us. And we're 50 and we're looking like we're 60 because stress then burned us out. And then sin then crept in us. Because unforgiveness is a sin. And it then crept in. It crept in. So we have to be so careful. Just let things go. Let go and let God. Let go and let God. Everything ain't meant for us to fight. I know that's this. Let go and let God.
That's true.
That's his battle. Let him battle with it.
That's right.
He can do better than what you can do.
Better than what you can do.
And not only that, when you sit here and hold a grudge and you still bitter about what's happened years ago or sometime, you are letting that individual take control of your life. You don't even have control of your own life. So therefore, you let someone else control your life.
I wouldn't even say you're allowing that person to take control of your life.
That's
Because,
situation.
exactly, because that person will be going on about their business.
And situation still killing you.
But exactly, but you still allowing that situation to bother you so bad
They taking
to,
control.
exactly,
Yeah.
because like, I give example, my mom has been remarried now for 20 plus years, but every time, you know, you hear something about my dad or you mention my dad around her, or if you even call him my dad, that ain't your dad, that's your sperm donor, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, it's time to let it go. You know, that's, you know, and then like, it was a point to where she didn't want me to speak to him or have any dealings with him because of what she had, the past hurts that she had with him. You know, and I'm like, what y'all had was between y'all. That shouldn't end up affecting me and his relationship.
Exactly.
You know, one, that's still my dad. I mean, I had to forgive him, you know, years ago. But once I found out that I couldn't make it into heaven with holding a grudge, I had to let it go.
Let it go.
And that was when I ended up going back to actually connect with my dad, which was like around when I was 19 years old. You know, before that, me and my dad had no ties. But now me and my dad are the closest. I'm the closest to him of, you know, with my other siblings. Me and him, we had that relationship. I can talk to him, and we even work together, do like little jobs together. So, and every time my mom, she feels the need to try to talk about it, I tell her, I say, you so hung up on what he did. I say, but the things that he's taught me, they benefit you to this day.
Okay.
I'm like, so leave it where it is.
Yeah.
What happened, it happened. But you gotta let it go.
Yeah, you do.
That's right. You know, sometimes some people, you be friends with Sister Shivers, but Sister Shivers ain't talking to Sister Brown. So Sister Shivers don't want you to talk to Sister Brown because her and Sister Brown ain't talking. And it happens. It happens. She don't want you to talk to Sister Brown because her and Sister Brown ain't talking. And it happens. I've been in like that. I said, look, man, I mean, I don't have a problem with her. That's what you and her have to get. But I don't have a problem. And that's that's how people do.
Yeah.
That's how they are. But you can't, I used to tell people, do not tell your kids their parents
That's right.
ain't no good. Your daddy ain't no good.
Never say that.
You never say that. Don't say that. Whatever y'all at, that's between you
That's right.
and them. I say, but you don't tell them children
Never,
that.
never, never. And that's just like my kid's father one day when my kids became teenagers, and he made this statement to the oldest one. He said, "Oh, I bet your mom tell you this and this and that." And then you know what my daughter told him? He said, "No. She always told us, always love you. You are father, and always respect you." He was shocked.
That's right. That's the way it's supposed to be. We owe others forgiveness even when they don't ask for it. Matthew 18, verse 15. Sister Tierra, you get that one. Matthew 18, verse 15.
Matthew 18, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
If your brother sins against you, go and show him his fault, just between the two of you. If he listens to you, you have won your brother over.
How many times somebody do you something and you go and you pull them aside, Brother Leroy, I didn't like what you did or what you said. Or how many times you try to embarrass Brother Leroy, and you and Brother Leroy had a problem, and not you, Brother Leroy, and Brother Andre, and Brother Ernie, or just you and Brother Leroy. Sometimes we made the situation worse by trying to embarrass that person or going to somebody else and telling them when you should have went to the source of the problem. And sometimes that's the problem, when we should have went to the source. And then we start. Did you hear? Did you know that so-and-so? Hey, did you? That is the problem. And you didn't tell this one, and you didn't tell this one, and this one when you should have just went to that one. And went to the source.
That's what you're doing, is putting your brother down.
Cause I had an issue, and it was me and him. We had the issue. Me and the guy, we had the issue, and he said something to me, but it was amongst other people. So like he was trying to say something to me in front of other people as if he was trying to show out, and I said, "So you really gonna disrespect me like that?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm just telling you, cause next time, we're gonna fight." I said, "Okay, it is what it is," and I walked off. He said, "Well, let's fight then. Let's fight then." And I said, "Okay," and I waited, and I got in my truck, and I waited till the next day, and when we got to work, I approached him, and I said, cause I was like, "Hey, let me holler at you," and I approached him. I said, "Look, I apologize if what I said offended you." I said, "But next time if you decide that you want to correct me, you do it with it just me and you."
Mm-hmm.
I said, because with you doing that amongst other people, one, it seems as if you trying to show out. I said, and two, I would get defensive, because it seems as if you're trying to put me on the spot amongst other people. And I told him, I said, you can't walk around with, with your feelings on your
Sure.
shirt. You know, I say because if you are now, we were playing football. You know, you say stuff in football, competitive, because you're competitive.
Yeah.
You know, and the only thing I told him was shut up. And he got upset off of me saying shut up, telling him to shut up. He got upset. And I'm like, bruh, I say, if shut up was the only thing that it took for you to get to that point to where you want to fight somebody just because they said shut up, I say, bro, you have to get past that. I say, because now there were people out there watching. I said, now you getting loud and you got all these other people out there looking at me and you.
Mm-hmm.
I say, nah, what is going? He said, yeah, bro, that would have been bad. I said, my point exactly. I say, it's not worth all of that. You know, I mean, and to this day, me and him, we the coolest of, you know, because I'm like, I respect you as a man, and you respect me as a man. As long as, if you got an issue with me, you come and you consult. Just me and you. That's fine.
Yeah, that's right. Do you know how many times I apologize to people, and a lot of times I'm not at fault, but I just apologize just to apologize, just to make it okay.
Sometimes I feel the same way because sometimes I be like, you know, I didn't do anything wrong, but by me going and apologize, do it make him feel that they can just do what they want, and then somebody, you know what I mean? I always thought that way because I was like, you know, individuals wrong and doing the things that they shouldn't have done, and then, you know, they get all, and me personally, a lot of times, I just like to keep the peace. You know, whatever it takes, you know, to keep the peace.
I don't think it make them feel like they can do what they always want, because I've never had that problem when I apologize to someone. They always do what they want, but it's just feel like it just make it better. I've never had a problem after that of that person. They say, oh man, you know, she seemed to be the bigger person, and I've never just really had a problem after that. It seems like now, I won't say that we are friends or the best of friends, but I say now that we have a better relationship and or a better understanding now. But there's time, like I tell you, the lady that, I mean, we had not a misunderstanding, but we had an argument. Well, I didn't argue, but she argued. And I don't know how in the world that I end up on her floor. I wasn't even going to her floor. And I end up on her floor, walk out the elevator, and didn't even realize that I was on her floor. And I'm like, how did I get here? So I said, God must have wanted me to come here. So I just went there and opened the door. I said, I want to apologize. And I didn't say to her, look, I know I didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
I come to apologize.
Right.
I knew that I didn't do anything wrong. And she know that. But had I had said that, look, I come to apologize. I know I didn't do nothing wrong. That'll make the situation worse.
It would have.
So I said, I just come to apologize. I apologize, and I hug her, and she hugged me. And she was like, and from that day, and we ended up, we went on the cruise together, and we was roommates, and we was the best. So, I mean, it's like, you just, but what I had said, what if I had said that? I know I ain't do nothing wrong, but I come to apologize. And she would probably say, man, you could keep that.
Yeah, no, that ain't no apology.
That ain't no apology.
So you know you did. You know the
Yeah.
It would have went on and on.
We would have been on and on. We probably would have been fighting up there on that floor. You know, but that didn't make no sense. But I knew I didn't do anything wrong. But I knew that who I am. I knew that. I had a standard. And sometimes it's about your standards. Be the bigger person, the better person. You have a standard to keep and uphold.
Yeah.
So look, I'm going to apologize. And you ain't going to say, look, but this is what you're saying to yourself. I'm going to apologize. I'm going to be a better person. Be like you did. I apologize. You know, sometimes, you feel like you want to knock this person. Like, you feel like that. You feel like that at times. But we human. I feel like that sometimes. Sometimes, they do push you the wrong way sometimes. They feel like they want to, I know Brother Ernie done been there. They want to do that.
Just like all these young nurses, because all these young sensitive nurses.
How often do we hold it against someone when we don't apologize? When we are wronged, we expect someone to come to us and say, I am sorry. Yes, that is right. That is the right thing to do. Right? Right? So, if you want someone to say sorry to you, you say sorry to them. We owe forgiveness to those who don't deserve it. Did I just read that one? I didn't do that one, huh? We owe others an unlimited amount of forgiveness. We owe others an unlimited amount of forgiveness. Matthew 18, verse 21 to 22. Sister Lucilla, that one is yours.
Matthew 18:21 to 22.
Yes, ma'am.
Then Peter came to him and said, Lord, how often shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Up to 7 times. Jesus said to him, I do not say to you, up to 7 times, but up to 70 times 7. 7 times 7.
77 times.
That's a lot.
So, he said that brother, so that meant, so who done been there with their brother? You done been there with that nurse 70 times, 7 times? He didn't forgive her that much time?
I mean, like, these are sensitive nurses, but you know, it's so.
You've been there, but my question is, I know, but have you forgive?
Oh, you know I have, and I always talk
No,
about
wait,
that.
wait, now listen. It says a brother, so it don't mean it's now, we talking about one person now, each person. So have you forgive them individually that amount of times already?
No, not that kind of time, because I didn't
Okay.
have to.
Just checking.
No, I didn't have to.
So,
Not even
Tiara,
7 times.
you forgive that person that much time yet? All right, just checking. So that's what it says. We got, when these people come to y'all, we got, you see what the word says? So it said we owe others an unlimited amount of forgiveness. Forgiving is hard, but doing it over and over again can seem impossible. You can imagine Sister Chavez keep coming. Let me tell y'all boy this story. When I was in high school, I'm not proud of this, Sister Chavez. I'm not proud. I scream, I'm not proud of this. When I was in high school, my 4th day of high school, I got expelled. But they took me back. My uncle talked to the principal. The lady, well, the girl, she slapped me. First she pulled my hair, then she slapped me. So you know what the Bible say, turn the other cheek. She slapped me again. But I didn't get the gist for, 70 times 7. I wasn't saved in high school.
You finna get these hands.
Yeah, what you say, Brother Leroy?
Say you finna get these hands.
So, I didn't get the gist. So, but had I, but you know the rest of the story.
You beat her
But,
down.
huh?
You beat her down.
Yeah, I did. But it says we have to forgive them. I don't know if I would have forgive her 70 times 7. If she had slapped, I wouldn't allow, But this is what it's saying here. We have to forgive these people. Whether I would have given 70 times 7 when she slapped me,
I would have forgiven her after I gave it to her.
so I just say sorry, y'all. Hey, Mr. Brown, say sorry.
All right.
So forgiving is hard, but doing it over and over again can seem impossible. But with God, anything is possible. Jesus is clear in this passage that there is no final straw that warrants us without holding our forgiveness. God doesn't have a final straw for us. To be clear, this doesn't mean allowing others to take advantage of us for forgiveness. See, so it was okay. It was okay for me to be that. God always gives us the ability to be reasonable, to make smart choices with our lives. So I ain't telling nobody to do what? I ain't telling nobody to do that.
You got that was a high school situation.
That was
Yeah, that was high school. That was in the past before
Right.
we, you know.
There are consequences for choosing not to forgive. Matthew 18, verse 34 to 35.
And his master was angry and delivered him to the how you pronounce that word?
To the jailers?
The
I said
torturers.
Torturers.
Torturers. Until he should pay all that was due to him. So my heavenly Father also will do to you if each of you from his heart does not forgive his brother his trespass. Sirs.
God takes forgiveness seriously, and this parable is proof. If we don't forgive others, there are consequences, eternal consequences. That's a scary thing, ain't it, Sister Shivers? And it challenges Sister Tierra, it challenges Brother Leroy, Sister Shivers, Denise, Sister Brown, Brother Ernie, to elevate our own hearts. It says, search me, O Lord. Psalms 139, verse 23. Search me, O Lord, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. If forgiveness is needed today, today is the day to make it right. You see what it said? There are consequences when we don't forgive. And you know, people say that. Sometimes we think that our reward and consequences and stuff will come on the other side. Probably someone across the street. We think that our reward and our consequences comes on the other side. But half the time, sometimes, it comes right here. It comes today, tomorrow, next week, next year, now. It comes. We wonder why things happen. We wonder why we wonder why we can't get a breakthrough. We wonder why doors are not opening or doors are closing because we're festering, we're harboring unforgiveness. And we saw that it's a sin. God, why can't I get this job that I want? Why can't I get this breakthrough that I need? What is it that is hindering me? Why can't I just go past A? Or why can't I go past B? Sometimes we just need to let go and let God. We need to let God work out every, not some, but every situations. Not some. Sometimes we have 3 piles, or maybe 2. We got a pile here and a pile here. Okay, this is the pile. I'm gonna let God work this pile out. Put this pile here. And then you got another pile over here. Well, why not just have one pile and let God work out everything? You can't do it. Can you do it, Leroy? And then you got this pile and you say, I'm going to let God work it out. You put it there, but then you take it back out because He's taking too long. And you put it back over here. All right, I'll work on this one because it's just taking a little bit too long. I just cannot forgive Brother Harry. Brother Harry done did wrong, but that's not your place. It's your place to forgive him, let it go, and let God do the rest. That's what you do.
Because some people feel that why should I be forgiving them? They the one did me wrong. They should be forgiving me. They hold all this stuff within, and that's the stuff that really, cause you to be held down almost. Because the Bible is right all by itself. Just like that verse where you read, what was reading, Matthew 6 and 15, 14. It's true. If you could read that every day, if you were walking around with this unforgiveness and hurt and all of that, you can just take those 2 verses and read them every day. But God forgive man when they sin. You read that verse, it'll make you start thinking, because it's in red writing in my Bible.
Yeah.
And when they say red writing, that's comes straight from that's the word.
Yeah.
Although the whole Bible is the word, but that's him speaking in the red writing.
Yep.
So if they read that every day, they'll start thinking, like, I'm gonna have to start, forgiving and stop pulling around the sin. That's why I thank God for Brother Leroy, for what he done for his daddy, go back in love. Because it would have been the same kind of situation with my divorce with my kid. Because my 2 sons would have been the same way toward their daddy. If I would have been like, oh, he went and did this, he went and did that, then they would have been all like, oh, well, that ain't not my dad, or either getting in arguments with him. But when they see one another, they stand up, they talk, they laugh, and I don't come in between. I never did come in between. But you continue on to love your daddy, and don't get in no argument with the mama about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, you're going to have to love before you leave here, because if you don't, you're not going to make it up, John.
That's right.
So that's sin. That's a
That's right.
serious thing.
That's
You
right.
walk around with toting that sin on your shoulder. It can get to be a burden on you. You get where you start getting no humps in your back and
That's
walking
right.
back up. Those things all
Mhm.
being all over because it's just too much to
That's
carry
right.
around.
I'm stressed and old.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
There's a song that said, "Is my living in vain?" Sister Brown, probably a little off key, but that's the song. It's my living in vain. Sometimes we just have to, search
Yeah.
and see, is my living in vain? You just got that forgiveness, unforgiveness, and you dressing up this doggone table first Sunday, and you ain't right, and you taking that communion, and you just happen to just go sip. That's what it says. That's why your mind you sick and all that. You just drink that, and you see when we look and we see Brother Leroy and.
Taking that communion.
Yeah.
They don't take communion.
People play with that.
That's right.
They play with it, but the word say that. This is in the word. And we harbor, I ain't calling nobody out. I ain't calling nobody out. But if you have harboring unforgiveness, I ain't calling nobody out. But sin is sin. If you're harboring sin, let me put it like that. Don't play with God. This we're going into a new year. We're going into a new year. Let's not take these old baggage, these unforgiveness. I was laying in my bed, and Pastor texted me. I know when the text come in, I said, I know this pastor texted me. Texted me, what time he texted me? 5 something. I know that was pastor when the text come in, Brother Leroy. I know it was him. I know it was him. I was catching me a little nap. Huh?
Especially on the Wednesday.
On the Wednesday. I know it was him. And I said, okay, I'll just talk on happiness. And when I got up, I heard the Lord say, unforgiveness. Speak about forgiveness and unforgiveness. And that's what it was. I said, okay. I said, all right. But if you have unforgiveness, get it out. Get it out. I know it's hard. I know it's hard because I've been there. I've been there. I've done that. I'll tell you, I was harboring unforgiveness with this girl. I told this girl, I said, listen now, I got a problem now. I don't keep friends. Oh, well, I tell Ruthie too. I said, I don't keep friends now. I said, if you want to be, she told me, I wanted to be your friend. I want to be friends. I said, I don't keep friends. I said, I don't keep friends. She said, no, I want to be your friend. That's what she said, Brother Leroy. I said, I don't keep friends. I say, when I get hurt, I get hurt. I said, I don't keep friends. And lo and behold, that lady, she hurt me in the car. When I used to see that lady, and she was in the, we both was in the church. When I see her coming that way, I ain't telling no lie. I'm trying to help somebody out. I'm telling us God give it to me. I would see her coming that way. When I see the lady coming that way, man, I would turn the other way. I didn't want to see her. But I had to get over it. I had to get over it. And I walk up on them, talking about me. I came out the side door in the back from the kitchen, and her and a, what is it, prominent, big time lady that I looked up to. And they were sitting, I came from that door, they didn't expect me to come. And her and the other lady was sitting over there, and they were talking about me in the church.
They didn't know you was there?
No.
They didn't know she was coming in.
They didn't know I was coming in.
Wow.
And they were talking about me. Yes, ma'am. And I go there, and but this time I was already over it then. And I caught them talking about me. And I heard them. And I went right up to them. Good morning, how y'all doing? And they were shocked, Sister Tierra. And I hugged both of them. I love y'all. And I meant it. I meant it. I meant it. You know why I meant it? Because I know that without loving them and without forgiving them, all of my preaching, but you heard Deacon Johnson read 1 Corinthians chapter 13? All the prophecy and everything will vanish away. I know in my prophesying, all of my preaching will be in vain if I didn't love them and then forgive them. I hug them. I love y'all. Good morning, I love y'all. How y'all doing? And I went to my seat, and they were looking at me crazy. And I never told them that I heard, but they knew I heard them. But I never brought it up. Never did. Never did. And I went to the pastor, and I explained to him, and I told him, and he said, he had his head down and everything, and he apologized. He apologized. But I had to talk to somebody.
For them,
Huh?
They when women enough to come and apologize for themselves, he had to apologize for them.
She ended up coming to me. The prominent woman, the big lady, I ain't gonna call her, I ain't gonna call no name. The big lady, she came to me and she told me, she said to me, she said, Denise, don't let nobody, she said, not even me. She said to me, she's sorry. She said, not even me. Don't let nobody, she said, you got an anointing. She said, don't let nobody stop you from saying what God tell you. Don't let nobody stop you from preaching and teaching. She said, you got an anointing on you, and don't let nobody stop you. And she said, I love you. That's what she told me. And to this day, my husband asked me, how can you do it? To this day, if she called me right now and say, let's go out for dinner and for lunch, I'd go. And my husband asked me, how can you do it? I said, because it's the love of God.
That's that forgiveness.
That's that forgiveness. And that's, Sister Tiara, that's how you have to do it. I ain't tell you have to go out for lunch with them and for dinner with them, but you have to forgive them. You have to forgive them. And sometimes you have, if it's hurting you so bad, you have to forget about it. You have to. You got to forget about it. If that hurting you that bad all them years, you have to forget. Brother Leroy can get the offering. You have to forget about it. Ask God, God, help me to forget about it. Help me not to remember it. Even if I see this person, Lord, help me not for it to bring up and fester in me, but help me first of all, Lord, to forgive this person. Help me. Help me. But you probably, not probably, you have to come. I want to, even though they wrong, I want to apologize. No, I want to forgive you for what you did to me. That's how you need to start off. But it's been a long time, because if you was to die tonight and there's no unforgiveness in your heart, is my living in vain?
Hell will be your home.
Your answer would be yes. My living is in vain. So I'm telling you tonight,
That's
search.
That hate build up, that unforgiveness. You get where
Yes.
you hate to, you despise that person. Just like you say, when they come that way, you run that way. You get where you really hate. And hate is a sin too.
That's
So
right.
You can't, you don't supposed to hate one another. You say love, even love your enemy. If you gotta love your enemy, my God.
Yep. Hate to see them. That's all I heard. Hate to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Anybody. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Oh, maybe I should break my 20 and keep my ones. You got 15 in there?
Planning on going back with him. Those are the things we got to do.
I said,
Love one another. Love, not even say love one another. We got to love. We got to forgive. Those are the things, the rules and regulations.
That's right. Well, I ain't being hard on you, baby. I'm trying to help you to make it in, honey. Okay, Brother Leroy.
yes, God, yes. Father God, right now we come before you, give you thanks. We thank you for the things that you've done, the things that you're doing, and the things that you're about to do. Father God, we ask that you use this money for the upbuilding of this kingdom, Father God, and that it be a blessing unto you. Father God, we ask that you give us knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in the way to direct this money for the upbuilding of your kingdom. Lord, all these things we pray in your son Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Any final thoughts? Any announcement? Any final thoughts?
Announcements on choir rehearsal on Monday the 23rd at 8 p.m. Choir rehearsal on Sunday the 29th after service. And watch night service begins on the 31st at 10:30.
quiet. So. Anyone else? Is it all hearts are clear? So, Sister Brian, you want to take us home? You want to take us home? Not in the truck, but you know. Probably do have space for us all.
Father, we want to thank you for another beautiful evening. Thank you for the teacher that came forward with the Bible study. And Father, that we take this, the word, apply to our heart, Lord, for forgiveness. And Lord, always be willing to forgive, because God forgive us. And Father, as we leave this house tonight and we meet again on Sunday, we continue to pray and ask that you cover us as we travel on our way to home and take us and bring us back home safe. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. I didn't beat you up too much, did I? I didn't beat you up, did I? I didn't beat you up, did I? Oh, okay. Just checking.